aka Diz, and this is The Force Always.
Okay, so welcome to the show. This is The Force Always, coming from another different type of location, an area called Chapel Street in South Yarra, Melbourne, Australia. But anyway, let's get on with the show. So later on the show, we'll have a review of the latest and the finale episode of The Mandalorian Season 2. That's Chapter 16, and that is, I don't know what episode, but it was called The Rescue, and that will be later on in the show. So let's get on with more news. Next week, I'll just also let you know that I'll be giving you a review of the Wonder Woman 1984 movie. As soon as I see it, I'm seeing it on Wednesday in Australia, so that will be in advance. If you don't want to know about any spoilers, don't watch that. It will be right after I see it, premiering here in Australia Wednesday. To more news, here is last week's Mandalorian character poster. It's of one of the classic characters that appeared in Season 1 and Season 2. And here it is. And speaking of which, here's my version of a character poster, which I've been putting up on Twitter in the last week. Just a bit of fun, just to give you behind the scenes. The background is actually a Chinese massage shop where my wife works at. Anyway, just thought I'd show you that. To more news, Empire magazine has 2 covers with the Mandalorian showing on it. It looks pretty good. Check that one out. And also, there has been, to more news, there has been more sort of celebrations about Empire Strikes Back. It appeared on Australian TV, just sort of signifying some sort of behind the scenes things that you can see on YouTube. And also, to more news, Star Wars Celebration Shop is selling more merchandise. You want to check that out if you want. Anyway, that is the news for this time around. Let's get into the views. Views is my story ideas on anything with Star Wars, the story ideas. This week it's going to be regarding the great teaser trailer that Patty Jenkins put out for a movie that's coming out for Star Wars, Rogue Squadron, and the premise to it is pretty much about her dad. I thought it's a great idea. I think the only thing I would like to see out of this type of movie is the real tragedy of what she had to experience to the end. Not to say, to make that sort of like an entertainment piece, because I'm sure she would have suffered quite a lot, but that would be an incredible emotional story that she could tell, and her experience behind that in a Star Wars film would be great. So I wish that it does lead to an end. I would like it to be a trilogy, but I think it may be a one-off movie. The only problem I'm having with the movie is the name. I like the name, but Rogue has been used before. As we've known so far in the past, when you have Return of the Jedi and then The Last Jedi, it's hard to refer to which Jedi film. Anyway, it should be a unique Star Wars name to each Star Wars film, but I'm really looking forward to it. The Patty Jenkins, that's a tram if you don't know, Melbourne, Australia. We only have them here, there's many other places, Amsterdam, things like that, but that's our tram, it went past. So Rogue Squadron should have a point where there is a death of the main character. That would be emotional, but very, very captivating. Anyway, that's my story idea for this week. That's my views. Let's get into reviews. Reviews this time is about The Rescue, which is Chapter 16, season finale of Season 2, then Mandalorian on Disney+. I'm going to give this episode a 9 out of 10. I think it was just the lacking part of it was the first 2/3 of the episode. It was pretty slow. It was rating about 7.5. It was good for Star Wars, but it became a little bit repetitive to what we're getting used to in this season. We need to sort of start getting a bit more emotional about it. But the greatest part of this episode is the build-up, and finally we see Luke Skywalker with a sort of heroic sort of feel to what we should have got, I suppose, in the Disney films, but and it was a little bit jarring to see Mark Hamill as a younger version, but they did a very good job. I thought the part where he came in from that point, the actual episode was riveting, slow but riveting slow. So 9 out of 10, it was great. When you saw the green saber, when you saw the black glove, it was fantastic. And it was interesting how they sort of worked Boba Fett out of that part, because I don't think Boba Fett would have been quite happy to see Luke Skywalker, or Mark Hamill, the actor's name. But anyway, so that is my review. 9 out of 10, a really nice, neat episode. I liked how it finished off with a door shutting, but it would have been great to have some sort of lead up into season 3. Lacks that a little, but still, I think season 3 will be big. I don't think it really needs it, but it will be still interesting to see. That will be next year now. Anyway, so that is my review. Let's get into interviews 2Q. There's 2 questions I asked myself for you guys out there. The first question is, what was my favourite part of this last episode, season 2? Definitely the heroic actions of Luke Skywalker was very emotional, very, very good, very well put together. And the way it led up to him being revealed was very good. It's my favourite part of the episode. I'm sure that's everyone's favourite as well, but that's how I'm feeling. I just saw it moments ago. Also, what was the worst part of this episode? I think that now Baby Yoda or Grogu is going to take on a life without the Mandalorian for a little while at least. I think that would be sort of a bit hard for the Mandalorian to deal with, but I think every single fan, including myself, because there is a great chemistry, great attachment there. I think that was the worst part. Not it being a fault, but just something that is going to be a little bit sort of different to get used to. Anyway, so that's my 2 questions for interviews 2Q. Again, next week I will be coming from another location, probably just outside the cinema, after I'm watching Wonder Woman 84, I think it's called. Check that out. Anyway, that's the show for this time around. Please subscribe to The Force Always, only on YouTube. It's my Twitter down there and my Instagram, or you can contact me via YouTube. Anyway, until next time, my friends, keep rocking from Melbourne, Australia.